Chris, now can you explain to us who actually is involved and what was the inspiration for this park coming to Belle Isle?
Well, the inspiration for the park is my beautiful daughter gave me my first grandson 11 months ago, KJ Jr., who happens to have Down syndrome. Since then, Jenny Lynn has opened up a foundation called the Upside of Down. Very clever. Jenny is also an RN and very capable of inspiring others and teaching others how to handle special needs children. Consequently, the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to build a special needs interactive park, which will be not only for special needs children, but children without special needs, as they really should all be treated equally.
And Chris, who are your partners on this project?
We have a very limited group of people working on this. Obviously, Jenny Lynn's in charge, but we're fortunate to have both Belle Isle Commissioner Bobby Lance and Orange County Commissioner Pete Clark behind us working on this as well. But that is the extent and the limit of the people involved in this group.
News here with Jenny Lynn and your son, who's the inspiration for the park. Jenny, can you tell us a little bit about how important the park is and exactly what's the difference between, let's say, a traditional park and the park that you're going to be designing?
Well, a park designed for kids with special needs, the most important thing is to have it accessible for children that have wheelchairs and other means of transportation. Another difference is we'll have sensory integrated areas for kids that have some sensory issues, and it's just a safe place for not only kids with special needs, but typical kids that can all be in the same environment and all feel welcome in one spot.
What this means to Cindy and I is Cindy is a retired Orange County school teacher, and she's taught 30 years with special ed students.
Oh, really?
So we know a lot about that. We're also affiliated with Marie and Tim Cook with Make 'em Smile with the special needs students. We do a lot of stuff with them. And it's just something it's a passion for us, something that we really love to do. And when you have someone like Chris Cummins step up just out of the goodness of his heart to do what he's doing, that just it gives me goosebumps. It truly does, because you don't have many people that would do that when they have the means to do it, and he is doing it. And
Commissioner, how did you decide on Warren Park? How did that come about?
Cindy and I are members of the Moose Lodge, which is over on Orange Avenue, and we were in there eating dinner one night, and we go over there a couple times a week when we're in town. And a longtime friend of mine, Dan Drummond, I still call him Danny because we knew each other since 7th grade, he brought Chris in for dinner. And we sat down and started talking. He was telling me about what he wanted to do with a special needs park, and he was looking at a place over, which is a park the city had just purchased. It's not a park, it's an open space. And I thought, well, that might be a good location, but what about Warren Park? And he says, well, let me think about it. And 5 minutes later, he says, okay, let's go talk to the commissioner. Can you get the commissioner on board? I said, well, I'll give him a call. Let's see what we can do.
Commissioner, one last question. Yeah. When will the park be completed? Do we know?
Gosh, I don't know. It's totally up to the county, the Parks Department, and Chris. But I would say, with knowing Chris as a little bit as I do, it's going to be pretty quick.
Yeah, we're doing one in Barber Park, and to do a inclusive playground is I mean, it's a really cool thing to do. We years and years and years ago, you wouldn't think so much about it, but today, every child can come, have a great time. Come with their siblings, come with their parents, and just really have a cool time here. We're going to put it in the shade, I hope. And I just can't wait for it to open. I can't wait for the one at Barber Park to open.
And I know
then it's just joy for the kids.
And you've done a lot of things for our community, Commissioner. How do you feel about a private individual taking their own personal resources to make something like this occur?
It's just a really cool thing to do, because there's always people who want to do something for the community, and sometimes government doesn't let them do it. And I always fight to let them do it. It's because it's for the right reason. This is absolutely the right reason. We're not building a home here. We're not building a business here. We're building something every child in Orange County can come to and use.